Maridate, Houston's first private social club for couples.
We are the Adolphs.
Willie and Tequila.
We're blessed and honored to be asked to be a host couple for Maridate.
We have been a part of each other's lives for so many years.
We partied hard and worked harder.
We have 4 adult children and 2 fur babies.
We are entrepreneurs and we work together for over 20 years.
We have been married since 1999 through thick and thin, sickness and health, through troubles and triumphs, struggles and all victories. But God.
We built it up.
We built it up.
We built it up. And now we're solid. Solid as a rock. We are the Adolphs.
Join Maridate today by visiting www.maridate.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the one and only showman? Live from Houston, Texas. It's the go-to girl, professional comedian, TV producer, and founder of Maridate.com. It's millionaire matchmaker, Amber.
What's up, guys? It's your girl, Matchmaker Amber Neal. What's up, Blue the Comic, tuning in. Y'all, we are live from the Boss Up Houston studios. We're so excited. It is such a nasty day. My whole face looks like I've been crying all day. I got out in the rain today. I'm actually trying to bring some stuff into the studio, and yeah, okay, not a hair day. No. So actually, it's actually not look bad considering I got totally rain on today, right?
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Other than looking a little orange when it came in, apparently. But
I told you it was the lighting. I knew she wasn't. See, this is the problem with women. They ask for your true honesty. You give it to them, and then they're like, how dare you say the honest thing about it? You were supposed to lie to me.
Yes, lie to me when it comes to my looks. You know. Y'all give it up for my co-host, DJ Houston.
What up?
Yeah, so you're so lucky. You don't have to worry about makeup or like hair.
Are you kidding? This morning, I tried to take a picture for my Instagram, and I was like, ooh, I am looking the world's scruffiest, but apparently it just makes me that much hotter.
You look handsome.
Apparently it just makes me look that much hotter.
All right, guys, we are broadcasting on the Boss Up Houston Facebook page. You can see us live in studio. And for you that are listening to the podcast, thanks for tuning in. We're super excited to have you here. We're super excited about our brand new platform. And a true confession, I kind of was crying a little bit today because, and you know, everybody knows me. Knows I'm a tough OG. Okay, I don't cry, but I had a little emotion today, and it was rightfully so. Maridate is launching 1 week from today.
Yeah, exactly. One week.
Holy crap, that is like mind blowing. So Maridate, Houston's first private social club for couples, is launching on July 5th. We hope everybody's getting ready for the 4th of July. We hope you guys will have a safe time out there. Let me turn this down so we can see it. If you guys want to chime in, be part of the show, we are on our Facebook page on Boss Up. Go ahead and leave a comment on the live feed. If we read your comment out loud, we have, what are we going to give away today?
Ooh, I've been giving away a lot of trips lately, so let's do a $400 hotel nights.
Ooh, $400 worth of hotel.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling today. We haven't given away no hotels. You know what I'm saying?
Free hotels, guys. And guess what? You know, there's another way you can also win free travel is by joining Maridate. Maridate is a reward system. We are focusing on mental health. And what's great about it is if you not only, when you go through your screening, if we determine, hey, you guys should go to therapy, and you take our recommendation, we're going to give you some free travel. I've kind of figured out as a matchmaker that most middle income couples have to pick between a socializing budget locally and a travel budget. So they're always having to figure out which one they're pulling from. But with Maridate, we are going to take all the gimmicks out of it, all the headache out of it, because, you know, I really believe that it is about having fun things to look for, keeping the activities going, and keeping the date in the marriage. And honestly, a lot of times when you've got kids and elder parents and new babies or whatever stage of life you're in, you just don't have time to create the romance.
Right.
And the romance just gets left behind. And you know what they say about the grass is green where you water it, right?
Right.
You want some dead grass? Okay.
Don't water it.
Well, my comedian was about to say something. I ain't gonna do it. But you know, the thing about Married Date is that there's up to 50 events a month. There's something for everybody. You only meet other couples at events you pick, so that way you make friends with other couples that are like-minded. And coming this late fall, we're so excited. We're launching Married Date Virtual, which means we're going to have up to 50 virtual events a month around the world. So when you travel together, we will do trips together. You'll actually make friends from all over the world. So
I'm excited about
save
that
a little
part.
coins, you know, by having some friends already there.
Exactly. Because to me, that's one of the biggest things about me choosing where I travel
Mm-hmm.
is do I have friends that are locals there?
Yes.
You know, one, it's going to save me a lot of money for
Mhm.
lodging. let's not even play.
Mm-hmm.
Two, I'm going to know all the good spots without having to go and listen to a tourist guide, which there's just going to tell you all the touristy spots. When I go somewhere, I like to know what's going down in that town, like what only a local can tell me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know us from Houston, like we're gonna show you all the good hidden spots, the dive bars, the good mom and pop places. Versus like if you go to TripAdvisor, it's gonna be like, oh, you should go to Papa's. You know, like what is Papa's? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like that's what I'm really excited about is being able to launch this virtual side to meet people across the world that I can connect with my boo eventually that's gonna be here. You see, I'm looking at you. Like I'm looking at you. I know there's nothing there, but I'm looking. I gotta manifest, you know what I'm saying?
DJ Houston's single and ready to mingle, guys.
Hey.
So, you know, he's looking for a boo to go do all the events with.
Exactly.
But, you know, I want to thank you so much because you have really just been in the trenches with me getting this off the ground. And we've worked some crazy hours, put ourselves through some really intense work. And so thank you for that. Because,
it's my pleasure though.
it's
You're
been
building something great and I'm excited to be a part of it. You know,
Yeah.
like this is something that's gonna really help a lot of people.
yes.
You know, you always say that there's definitely a market for singles, but everybody always forgets about the couples. So what are you supposed to do after you get booed up?
Yeah.
Just sit on the
nobody
couch and
knows.
watch TV?
Yeah, that's what people do. And they just kind of let romance. I know a couple who literally, like I told you yesterday, they had their anniversary and their Valentine's on the same day, and they literally blew it off and literally every time I see them, they're fighting. So I'm going to help you, let me not say Married Date is going to help you put the romance back in the marriage. We're going to give you focus on mental health, and we are looking for members that would like to host the events. There's benefits to being a member host.
There are. You know, you do get a free membership to Married Date. First off, like
Yeah,
that's
huge.
the biggie, you know. We help give you travel and we let you choose the events you want to host as
Yeah.
long as it's available.
Yeah.
So with over 50 events a month, there's definitely at least 2 to 3 events on that calendar that you're going to be like, I want to host that. And as a host, you know, you get to go and you get to be the vibe of the party as
And you
well.
get to go for free.
Exactly.
There's a cost. So sign up now, guys. And we are still casting for our Married Date commercial. Are you a real life couple? We'd love to hear your story. Go ahead and submit 10 photos and a 1-minute audio of what about your marriage and about your relationship and what you've done to make it work in 1 minute. You gotta kind of condense it, but take the pictures from oldest to the newest and tell the story with the pictures. Go ahead and submit that to us at the Amber Neal Show page on Facebook. Just DM us, and we will give you the email address you can send that over to.
Right. And, you know, I want to say shout out to Sugar Bacon.
Sugar Bacon.
For, sitting in theirs already. That commercial's live.
Yes.
And the Williams.
And Jay and Chris.
Yes. Their video's also live as well. And right now, I'm working on the Adolphs. So,
Working
y'all
on the
guys
ADOS.
can't wait to show y'all what that one's going to look like.
Yes.
It's going to be some good time. So, thank you to everyone who's already submitted their videos and their pictures. You know, we really appreciate it.
This table moves like that.
Woo.
Ooh, the spinning table. All right, guys. So we are going to jump into our topic today. We have a really good topic. We've talked about this so many times. The 5 love languages, right? So
Right.
go take the test, 5lovelanguages.com. But guess what we're going to talk about today? We're going to talk about the 5 apology languages. And it's so important because half the time people they're not self-aware enough to even know they did something wrong. They have too much ego and pride to even admit they did something wrong. So today, when apologizing to someone, it helps to use their preferred apology language. And so we're going to go through and really help you understand that sometimes sorry isn't enough. And so we're going to go through that today and kind of break that down for you guys. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave a comment. We'll be glad to read those on air. If we read your question or comment on air, or you tell a story, we've got a $400 hotel giveaway for you.
Yeah,
So
we do.
it pays to be part of the show.
It does.
So, one of my favorite books that I ever read was Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. That was one of the original relationship books I read. I went on to read some really interesting ones. This Is Your Brain on Sex, Why Men Love Bitches.
Oh, the Brain on Sex.
Yes.
I think that's the same author who wrote Your Brain on Music.
Ooh.
Which is where I told you I got
Okay.
some really great information
Yes.
from that book.
Oh,
Like,
we should dissect that.
oh, it's so crazy. Like both of those books together. Gosh,
that
I
was
could
good.
you imagine? I mean, come on,
Mhm.
who doesn't have sex with music? Okay, you know what I'm saying? Music will set that seed.
Yes.
Except for all you hookup people, where you just wham bam, thank you ma'am. There's no romance to it whatsoever. I like a little candles. Give me some Marvin Gaye. You know what I'm saying? Some Al Green.
He's in the mood. Okay, he needs a boo. Okay, you don't tell. But we're going to jump into the 5 apology languages today because, and then one of my other favorite books is He's Just Not That Into You.
Oh.
Dude, read it. Read it. Men are hunters. If you're hunting, you already lost. Okay, so let's move on. According to Gary Chapman and Jennifer M. Thomas, the authors of When Sorry Isn't Enough, we all have our preferred ways of receiving an apology. Just like our unique love languages, it helps to identify and our apology language and communicate this to our loved ones. This way we can resolve conflicts more quickly in relationships. So let's see what they are. Okay. Number 1, expressing regret. This involves a simple and genuine "I'm sorry" with a short explanation of how the other person was hurt. For example, I'm really sorry for yelling at you like that. It wasn't the right thing to do.
Okay.
Would you accept that? Like, if somebody said that to you, like, just expressing the regret, like, I know I blew it. I
think
shouldn't have done it.
To me, that depends on the person.
To me, it depends on how many times you said it.
Exactly. And that's why I say it depends on the person.
Yeah.
Because it depends on how many times you've told me you're sorry. Because a lot of times, sorry is just a word. I want to see the action after a while. Now, if it's your first 2 to 3. 2 to 3 is the only amount of sorries that you have before you have to start proving to me that you're sorry. Unless they're like on total opposites of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Like, you wrecked my car and you're sorry. You slept with my boyfriend and you're sorry. two different spectrums. If you wreck my car a couple times and you say sorry, I can understand. You're a bad driver, so I won't let you drive anymore. But you say you're sorry and you sleep with my boyfriend, you got to prove to me that you're really sorry. So I think it depends on the person.
That's what I like about you. So I like, because we talked about this yesterday, talking about how so many people say that adultery or cheating is a deal breaker, right? And we automatically think it is. I mean, for me, it's automatic, right? I've never stayed with a cheater. But the thing is for you to say, but do you feel like there's something deep down in you that says, okay, if you slept with my boyfriend, so we're looking at it in reverse. Like, that was a friend that slept with your boyfriend, right? We're not talking about your boyfriend that slept with your friend.
Right.
So if your friend slept with your boyfriend, now he's a dog, he's a hoe, he's gone, period, right? But you would actually, so you wouldn't give the boyfriend a chance, but you would give the friend another chance. Yes or no? Because that's what I'm hearing you tell me.
Okay, so this situation right there, I gave them both another chance.
You would?
I did.
Oh, you did?
I
You
did give them both another chance.
Ew.
Yes, that was a sticky situation. It was tough. But I couldn't trust either one of them ever again. So that's why we're no longer friends till this day, because I can't. Like, they were two of my, like, he was one of my first loves. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then it was one of my closest best friends that I had growing up. But
that's a stinger. Your first loves and young best friends.
And that's why it's like, so it was one of those situations where I was like, I want to forgive both of them.
Hey,
but
Pops.
I forgave, I just never forgot. And so since I couldn't forget, I really I couldn't bear it, because I would never leave them alone again. And then every time I got a new boyfriend, I'd be like, are you going to be that hoe when you're going to sneak up in there in the middle of the night again?
Of course.
So honestly, like, I probably wouldn't forgive either one of them anymore. Now that I've learned from that lesson, because then that friend's not loyal to you. Loyalty is everything. Yeah. And if you if you can sleep with my boyfriend, if you can,
Especially if you know how I feel about him.
exactly.
Or especially if you know what the gross stuff I told you he did to me last night, then you still want to kiss him, go right ahead.
And and not only that, but it's like it's different if it's my ex. Okay, you can that's my trash, that's my leftovers. You can have that. You know what I'm saying? And I'll probably be like, look at you funny and tell you, if you really want to go down that route, that's fine. Just keep it away from me. But when you know it's my boyfriend, you know what I'm saying?
You
like
know I care
somebody,
about him.
exactly. Like that's the whole reason we're in a relationship. Like I'm calling him my boyfriend. Like that's somebody I want to grow old with.
No, I had that happen to me too when I was 31 or something. I don't know. Right after my divorce, it was one of the first guys that I dated after my divorce, and my best friend was like, she didn't like him because he was a sniper for the military. She's like, oh, he's dangerous, blah blah blah. Let me meet him. It turns out her father inducted him into the military, saved his life off the street. And so he felt obligated to her dad. Well, her dad was gone. So they had this crazy instant bond. 3 days later, I get a message. They both dumped me and they were going to be together. And then a couple days later, he called back and was like, well, she lied to me and told me all this stuff about you. But here's the thing. You wanted the excuse to do it. Because here's the thing. He never gave me a chance to say what the truth was. He just went with it because he wanted the excuse to be able to do it.
Right, exactly. And that's why it's so tough, because you're like, you want to trust them again, you want to believe them, because these are people that you care about. These are people that you obviously felt like they could be in your circle.
Yeah.
And they both, not just one, but they both destroyed your loyalty, your trust.
Have you had that happen, guys? Have y'all had a friend betray your trust? And how did you handle it? Pops Bird says, loyalty is everything. That has happened to me, and it's very tough to see them the same.
I honestly agree.
Yeah.
And that's why it's like, I want to forgive, but you can forgive, but you'll never forget.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that just sticks around subconscious, and you're just like,
All right, guys. Today we're talking about the 5 love languages, the 5 apology languages. Go to 5lovelanguages.com. You can find all the tests there. The 5 love languages, the apology, and what's the other one? Anger.
Yep.
Anger, which we'll probably go over that one next. But we've been talking about these for so long. Like, let's go ahead and dive them down. Number 2.
Accepting responsibility.
That is an apology language, right?
This prioritizes accountability over explanation.
Ooh,
It involves skipping the story entirely and taking full responsibility. So I don't want, they're not going to give you all that bullcrap excuses in between.
The lies.
Exactly. It involves skipping the story, taking full responsibility. It means never saying, I'm sorry, but, don't you just hate that? I'm sorry, but. So for example, I'm so sorry I didn't show up for whatever. There is no excuse. I messed up.
I'm a black and white person as far as like it is or ain't. So for me, I definitely like when somebody just skips the BS and skips all the fluff. I don't want to know why you let me down. I don't care about that. I just want to know that you know that you let me down. I want to know that you are self-aware enough to understand that you made the mistake. So I like that one, accepting responsibility. I think that's where you can grow from there. It's when you don't I'm sorry. Okay, you're sorry, but do you accept responsibility?
Yeah, exactly. And that's something about me. And that's why I tell all my friends, loyalty is everything to me. Honesty is everything. So if you screw up, like the whole reason I stayed so after my ex, I forgave both of them. I left my ex before I left my friend. And the reason being is because my friend owned up to it, said this is a effed up thing that I did and I should have never done it, and apologized, owned up to it. So I was like, you know what? I can kind of, as long as you're up forward and honest with me, I will probably get pissed off of whatever you did, because you obviously did something really wrong that you're trying to hide it. So I'll probably get really pissed. But after I cool down and think about it, I will forgive you so much faster. Versus if I have to find out through the grapevine, there's no forgiveness. There's revenge. Pull it out of you. Yeah, there is revenge after that. You know what I'm saying?
He's not that person.
I'm not. I was. Now. But no, that's
revenge is. But karma. Now karma hasn't healed. Karma is ready to kick your ass.
And tell me why he's still single to this day. Both of them.
Because you can miss
so
over good people.
We have a question on Facebook, and the question is, how long is too long in attempting to apologize?
How long is too long in attempting to apologize? How long is too long in attempting to apologize? How long is too long?
That's the thing.
I know. Like, and okay, let me read it again. How long is too long in attempting to apologize? So, meaning if you were the one that was wrong, and then you're just going to keep trying. I think you're honestly let your heart be the guide, because if it's real love, you'll never give up. I mean, that's just how I believe. I've always said that. If it's real love, you're not going to give up. I think you have to give up when, maybe you get restraining orders involved and the police get involved because you won't leave them the hell alone. But for the most part, as long as you don't have a restraining order, I would never give up.
Yeah.
I would not. I mean, unless they just flat out tell you, leave me alone, we're absolutely done, then I would wait about 3 months and then try again.
I was like, I would still, because
I would never.
I like how you outweight this, because I was about to say, oh, I might back off for a second, but I'm gonna come back. I know when I broke up with my ex, the one that I was truly, truly in love with and never wanted to let go, the one that we've called before and had this whole discussion.
Oh yeah.
As much as he didn't want to hear it and didn't want to talk to me and kept telling me no, I would give him a space for a couple months. And then there I was again, right back on it. Like, I'm sorry, I was doing everything in my power to show him how sorry I was.
I like the difference with you, though. You were able to articulate, I just wasn't ready because of my age.
Right.
And that's a legitimate thing. When you meet that young, the odds are against you anyway, just because you're not who you are going to be yet. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You haven't matured yet. You haven't got the wisdom yet. So it's a young love, and they're the most powerful because you've never been hurt yet. So you don't really have that pain yet.
Well,
you love uninhibitedly.
I mean, as much as I've been hurt, because I have been hurt. No, even before him, I had been hurt. I mean, this is after my marriage.
Oh, this is not your first love?
No, this is no. This was the guy that we had talked about that I left.
Okay, give me the order.
So
marriage.
Then so it was because I told you I've had a lot of serious relationships in my life. But so my first love, we dated for about 3 years, from like sophomore year all the way to senior year. Then I dated my ex-husband for a few years, and then we got married.
Yeah.
And then I was 19 when we got divorced, and I moved over here. And then about 2 years after living here, I dated my ex that I felt like that I was so in love with that I was like, this is the guy that I'm going to spend the rest of my life with.
Yeah.
But I wasn't at the place I needed to be in life. He was where he wanted to be. Like, he knew where he was going. He had his goals, his plans. I was a lost little boy and working in the bars. And I was like, I'm holding you back. You're taking on too much of my personality. Mm-hmm. You're working in the bars now. You're taking a semester off of college. Like, I'm bad for you.
Now I know now you're very clear about if you want to date somebody that's in the nightlife like that.
Right.
Were you back then? Because you're saying it like it's a bad thing. Like, oh, now you're becoming too much like me. Is what attracted you to him is that he was not like that.
Well, and the thing is exactly, and it's not even the fact that he was becoming too much like me. Is the fact that he put his ambitions on hold.
Oh yeah.
Because I wasn't going, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I didn't have a plan, so I was content with where I was.
Yeah.
And I saw that since he was just trying to stay with it, exactly, he was willing to sacrifice his dreams, and I was like, I'm not going to allow that to happen. Never sacrifice your dreams.
No,
there's plenty of things to sacrifice, but don't sacrifice your dreams. And so I had broke up with him because I was like, I'm sorry, but you can be something, and I'm not ready yet.
Yeah.
But of course, after I broke up, I was like, this was a mistake. I didn't mean to break up with you. Especially when he went and went straight to another man. So I was having to try to win him back. But so during that period, I was constantly, he was like, just leave me alone.
I got
you
a
left
hashtag
me.
for you.
What is it?
Benifer. It could be 17 years, honey. Maybe y'all just ain't had enough time. Let's never give up. That's the point. Never give up. Never give up. If it's real love, your heart won't be able to. You just won't.
I mean,
Look how you just look when you even talk about him. You know what I'm saying? It's the time. It's timing. Sometimes the timing. And here's the thing. Today, maybe like you, maybe like us, maybe we'll learn something today about the apology language that will trigger what he needed to hear, because maybe when that you weren't apologizing, maybe like the rest of us, maybe we weren't saying what he wanted to hear.
Which is possible.
So we're going to practice all 5 today, then we're going to call all of our exes and see who we get back.
And I mean, because when I look back at it, my thing is like, he was like, it ended up being a bad breakup, but obviously it wasn't too bad because we still remained friends for a little while.
Yeah.
But it ended up being bad because he took it too personal. He was like, I was his rock, you know what I'm saying? And like, he he was going through a rough patch, and he was living with me, and I was like, when we broke up, I was like, well, you got to go. You can't just live with me anymore. And he was like, but I got nowhere to go, and I put him out. But I was like, what am I supposed to do? You know what I mean? Like, I have a 2-bedroom apartment. I have a roommate. You live in my bedroom.
Yeah.
We break up. I can't just stay in the same bed with you.
And that's the other thing too. It's not your job to build a boo. It's not your speaking of that,
Yes.
It's not your job to rescue people, save people. That's not your job. Your job is not to build a boo and rescue people and be the knight in shining armor. At the end of the day, if he's not ready to take care of his own financial responsibility, he's not even ready for a relationship.
Well, so
some might argue.
And so that's why he hated me for the longest time, because
Yeah.
he's like, well, you promised you would never do something like that to me, and then you did it, and then you didn't even check up on me afterwards. And I was like, yeah, well, the reason being is because I needed my space to break up, you needed your space to break up, and then you went straight to another man. How am I supposed to check on you?
Hurt people.
So it was one of those long situations, but I never gave up on trying to apologize. Even when he was dating that other guy, weeks later, you know what I'm saying? I was still there.
But that's normal. Most people do that when they're hurt, especially if they get dumped. If they're dumpy, they're the one getting dumped, just out of the blue. Of course, they're going to go to somebody else. They needed somewhere to live. All right.
Codependent.
Let's quit. All right, guys, if you're just tuning in today, we're talking about the 5 apology languages. I know we've talked about the love languages over and over, but today we're actually talking about the 5 apology languages because, sometimes just saying I'm sorry is not enough. The next one is the 3rd apology language is someone who genuinely repents. This includes a plan of corrective action along with an apology. For example, I'm really sorry I didn't double check the reports. I will rework the slides to include accurate information and make sure this doesn't happen again. Genuinely repenting. I like that. I like that one. I feel like you should double check the reports before you gave it to me.
I'm thinking the same thing. That I'm like, well, if you would have just double checked before you did
right.
I'm guilty of that all the time. You can ask Shamir how many emails I've sent this week. Wait, sorry, I forgot to attach this, or here's the updated version, or my bad. I'm that person who doesn't double check before hitting send.
Yeah.
So, but I'm sorry. I'm genuinely sorry about it.
And there are some people that don't even like the word I'm sorry. They like the word I apologize because it's a very clear difference in word structure.
But to me, it's still the same bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, you can polish a turd, but it's still a turd. Exactly. So you can keep polishing it. You use it's still bullshit. I want to
be an easy thing. I'm sorry. Let's move on. No, but I need you to repent, and I need you to explain exactly what happened. What happened? I don't know.
I was trying. It looked like it stopped.
Oh man, it messed up my nose. Okay, let's go back in here. Okay, where were we?
But yes, people like that though. I'm like, it's kind of ridiculous. You can't say, it's an apology. It's still genuine. I don't care. Some people just aren't that great with words. Period.
If you guys are just tuning in, we're talking about the 5 apology languages today. Go to 5lovelanguages.com. Take the test. Find out what 2 of your partner's love language is, and also find out what your apology and anger language is. You might be surprised how much that will actually really help you get some resolution in your relationship. Okay, number 4, apology language.
So making restitution. This kind of apology includes communicating with the recipient to find out what exactly you can do to make things right. It also involves going the extra mile to show them how important they are to you. For example, I'm terribly sorry I forgot your birthday. I want you to know you are so precious to me. What can I do to make it up? How about dinner this week, their favorite restaurant, etc., etc. And to me, this is how I apologize, though, constantly. Like, I'm asking you, because since there are so many different ways to apologize to somebody, I always ask people, what can I do to help make it better? Because I know just saying I'm sorry doesn't cut it. So what is it that I have to do? Do you want me to get on my hands and knees and scrub your floor? Is that how I show you I apologize? I mean, some people are. I've had some people where, I've had exes where, the only way I could really show I was sorry was by cooking them a meal or cleaning their car or, to show that I'm repenting. It's
because that goes back to the love languages. Their love languages acts of service. Exactly. It all ties together, guys. I'm telling you. That's why you got to take all 3 tests, because you will be surprised. Take one, you'll get half the information. or a third of the information. But I liked it. For me, so far out of all four, definitely. I like the true repenting. I like to hear. I don't want to hear the detail. All this. I don't care. I messed up. But to make it up to you.
So, for all my future boos out there,
Yes.
I usually, like, this is how I apologize. If I'm giving you the story,
Yes.
it's usually bullshit.
I just realized, so our show on cable's going to have to air after midnight.
Because this
Unless you're
episode,
gonna beep
this
it.
episode,
Unless you want to go and beep it out.
I don't know how to beep.
All right, guys. And the last one is the most important, in my opinion, because no matter how you apologize, this last one is requesting forgiveness, because you want to forgive them, and you want them to forgive you, whoever said the wrong, because this involves offering an apology, explicitly asking for forgiveness, and giving the recipient time, space, and agency to decide if they can accept your apology. And that's the thing. Time does heal all wounds, and sometimes it's just you haven't had enough time. So, for example, you would say something like, hey, you don't need to apologize to this. I just want to apologize for the way I stopped being in touch. I should have communicated honestly and ended our relationship with respect. I hope you can forgive me. Guys, we live in a culture of ghosting, and people act like they don't know how to use a freaking word. But it's just so easy. It's just so easy to just ghost people now.
Yes.
But the biggest thing out of all this, so the fifth apology language is request forgiveness. And hey, you know what? You might need all five. You might need all of it. You might need to know why they did it, how they're going to repent for it. They're not going to do it again. They're going to give you forgiveness, and they're going to make restitution by taking you to your favorite restaurant.
So, what would you say would be yours?
Definitely. Ooh, honestly, just because I'm a Virgo, so I'm like that part. The genuinely repenting for me is number one. Is definitely. If I know you are genuine about your apology and you're not just saying it to like get me off your back or like, oh, sorry, yeah, But if you come to me and you're like, I screwed up, I genuinely, that kind of thing.
Right.
What about you?
I haven't done the test yet, so this is just me. But honestly, I feel like as a Libra, it's all five of them, and it all depends on who the person is. Yeah. I really feel like it depends on the sign that the person is.
Yeah.
Because since I'm a Libra and I'm so flexible with everybody and I am all about balance,
yeah.
When it comes to that, it's more about their sign. Now, it does change if you are my spouse, though.
True.
Because my spouse should know me well enough to know that I need space first. First, I need space. Before you can even, you got to tell me what you did wrong. And before you can apologize, I need space. So once you give me space, genuinely speaking, it's so tough. Like I need you to repent. Really, that's what it is. Like I really
bow down, bitches.
Exactly, because it's I don't know. Like loyalty is everything to me, and I'm not saying that I'm ruler of the world, but I am a king. So I need you to go and respect that.
So don't look at the notes. I'm gonna see if you can remember these. Now that we've talked about the 5lovelanguages.com, go take the test, find out your love language, your apology language, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about the anger language. We'll talk about that later in the week, or maybe next week. But, okay, now look. What would you say are the top five signs, DJ Houston, that you can tell is a relationship, that a relationship is not serious? What would you say? So I'm going to start the sentence, and then you fill in the blank. Okay, so have a little fun game.
Okay.
All right, see if we're in tune. Okay.
All right.
Ready?
Okay.
Number one, they avoid meeting.
Okay, wait. So explain it again to me one more time.
Signs that a relationship is not serious.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to start off the sentence, and then
Okay.
you complete the sentence. Okay. Let's see if we're on the same wavelength.
All right.
Okay? This is like a kind of edition of Family Feud, but
I was going I thought I'm going to get the wrong answer.
Okay. Signs that your relationship is not serious. Number one, they avoid meeting your blank.
Requirements? I don't know.
You get three guesses.
Okay. Is there This is a multiple choice.
Okay, well, calm down. Okay, slow down. Okay, think about it. Okay, put yourself in a relationship. You're trying to see if you think this is serious or not, right?
Right.
And they are avoiding meeting your blank. If the relationship was not serious, who would this person avoid meeting?
My parents?
Exactly. Your family. Ding, ding,
Okay.
ding, 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 ding,
Okay.
ding.
Okay. Okay. Now
One for one.
that was a
one for
little
one.
tough because I
You
was
got
like, wait,
it.
what are we kind of like? Okay. Okay.
You got
Because
it.
I was thinking emotions or like a list.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Busy. Got this.
Okay, ready?
Okay.
All right, he's 1 for 1. And you'll win a free trip. Go give yourself one. Okay, signs your relationship is not serious. We're just playing a little fun game. DJ Houston has to complete my sentence. He's 1 for 1 right now. They avoid meeting your family. That's number 1. Ugh. I avoid my family too, so I can't really count that one. Number 2, they don't believe in blank. It's going to be a little more tough, but.
They don't believe in marriage.
That's close. That's close. They don't believe in labels.
Okay. Okay.
You know what I mean? It's kind of like a hookup culture.
Yeah.
You kind of I don't believe
We're
in
together,
that.
but we're not like we don't like to call each other boyfriends.
Situationship.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
That's what you call a situationship, guys. So if I'll be cheating.
No, I'm not. I'm reading the.
Okay. Children. Yes, Tish. That's a good answer too. Number 3. So number 2 is number 1 is they don't want to meet your family. They don't believe in labels. Number 3, signs that your relationship is not serious. Okay, DJ Houston, they never spend
Quality time.
close. You get 2 more guesses.
They never spend money.
Mm-hmm.
They never spend. Okay, it's not quality time. This is hard. This
Can
one's
you guys
hard.
guess? What's the third one?
Let's see. Not children. I'm over here trying to like Facebook help me out here.
He needs a lifeline.
I need a lifeline. They never spend. That's tough. What is it? I give up.
No, you guys go for it.
Okay. They never spend. Oh, the night?
Yes, the night.
Thank you, Tish.
Tish.
I got you for a $400 hotel stay. DM me your email.
Guys, we're playing a little game.
That's
Signs
tough.
that they're not serious. We're gonna
Okay, they don't
see.
spend the night.
They don't
Okay.
spend the night. So number 3 is they don't spend the night. They don't meet your family. They don't want to put a label on it, and they don't want to spend the night.
Okay,
Those are
God,
3
these are getting
major
tough.
red flags.
I'm like, can I get some multiple choices here?
No, you gotta guess. All right, so DJ Houston's got to finish my sentence. He's 3 for 3 right now.
I
With the
don't
help
know.
of
I
the
was like,
lifeline. Thanks to our viewer Tish for writing in and helping him out. Okay, ready?
right.
You know, they say that you can't tell, you don't become official until you're Facebook official, right? So I'm going to give you a clue what this one's about. Okay. They keep their status set as
Single.
yes.
Okay.
Which actually I recommend keep your status single until you have a ring on your finger or it's like super, super, super serious. There are so many people out here that every other week they got a new boyfriend or whatever. You look ridiculous. And hey, and if you're
Changing your status all
and
the
if
time.
you've been stripping naked on your Instagram for 2 years and you still ain't got a man, put your clothes back on, honey. You ain't it. Okay. Number 5. All right, ready?
Okay.
Okay. So they keep their status single. That's the number 4 sign that they are not that serious.
Okay.
And number 5, they never invite you out with their
Friends.
blank
Okay.
or take you out in
Wait. So they never invite you out with your friends. Or take you out in a group?
public.
Public. Okay.
All right. So that's
Hey.
5 signs. So you did pretty good.
Okay.
Those were pretty awesome. You know, it's so interesting too because people do what they want to do. People do what you let them. And if you don't really pay attention to these little things like this, all of a sudden, if the only time they're ever available is at 2 a.m.,
What
they
do you call?
never want to go anywhere. Oh, their family's always mysteriously missing or gone. Yeah. Okay, that's your sign that you're not with the right relationship. Tomorrow, guys, on Working Women's Wednesday, we're going to be talking about how to trust again because
Ooh.
that's a big one. We've been talking about how to get over breakups, how to attract things, but tomorrow we're going to talk about how to trust again. But we're going to, I found a really cute meme, and then we got some secrets that the rich give out. This is what the rich people do.
Hey.
Okay, we're going to talk about rich people habits so we can be rich people habits. But the 3 C's of life.
Choices.
Choices, chances,
changes,
and changes. You must make the choice to take a chance if you want anything to change. You know what's scarier than going for my dreams is wondering what it could have been. Living in regret. Living in fear.
See, and I don't ever do the whole what ifs anymore because I've already learned that rabbit hole is one it's hard to pull yourself out of.
No, really.
So I really don't go down that road anymore. What I do though is I just I see the future. I just try to really give myself that manifestation of, especially like right now with what we're doing Married Date. I am like, it is going to be the hottest new thing in the world.
In the world, guys.
It's
going virtual. Okay.
Oh, it's going to be so much fun.
100 events around the world every month for couples. That's going to be amazing. I'm excited. I actually shed a tear today. It was actually pretty exciting. All right, so we're going to wrap up the show with some mental tricks that only the rich use.
Ooh, I need
okay?
this.
And this is so important because, we're always teaching you guys law of attraction, law of attraction, law of attraction. That is very real. And so it all begins on what you tell yourself. Now, these are mental tricks only the rich use. So only tune in if you want to apply this and become rich, okay? Number one, they tell themselves that there is no shortage of money, even when they don't have enough.
Listen.
That's the hardest one.
Right here. This right here. Since the day that DJ Houston became the VP of Boss Up, I've been bossing up and I've been living like that. Do you know how much money I have just... What's money? It's okay. It's all good.
It's coming back.
It will. And that's why I'm like, normally the old Jacob would never do that because I am a stickler. Like I pinch pennies. I know where every cent is going.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like, I lost $20. It's whatever. Before I lost $20 my whole life.
Because what he understands is that you are operating out of a place of lack. Anytime you come from a fear-based mentality, I know you may not have enough money for everything, but at the end of the day, you have to let your faith be bigger than your fear. Everybody always talks about God and God and God, but do you have faith? Do you know Him? Do you exercise it? Do you give Him a chance? God even says, test me. Test me. God is telling you, test me. Let me prove to you. And I can tell you guys, it's not always been easy. It was never meant to.
Right.
And don't avoid the hard times. Go through that. Go through the hard times. Let it burn. Let it hurt. Let it burn off the stuff off of you because you're meant to burn crap off of you so you can fly.
Right. And I'll tell you, like when I started DJ Houston, that was the scariest part. That was the biggest thing that was holding me back when I was first, that's why I was like, I always got to have my full-time job and only do this when I can. And then one day I was just like, I'm never going to be able to make it where I want if I'm only focusing on DJ Houston a quarter of the time. Not even part, just a quarter of the time because I'm so busy working a full-time job. And I was so scared. But you know what? I said one day I'm just going to quit. I quit my job. And you know what happened? The best thing ever. DJ Houston became a full-time DJ, and I've never looked back.
See?
Never been stressed for money. Like,
yeah.
I mean, there are times where I'm like, oh my God, rent's due like in 2 days, and I have $0, and then bam, 3 or 4 gigs pop up that weekend.
Exactly.
And so I stopped stressing about it because if this is what I'm meant to do, God's gonna provide one way or another.
Amen. That's the thing, guys. So understand, the universe does not know what you think about. It only knows it doesn't know what you want. It only knows what you think about. So when you operate from lack, if you feel like you're broke, you are.
Right.
Okay, money will come. All right, number 2. Mental tricks only the rich use. What's number 2?
They think of making money as a game.
Ooh, Monopoly, baby.
Oh, Monopoly's always been one of my favorite games.
It kind of is a game when you think about it because, when you think about it, you have to be so creative and you have to really be good at politics and be good at meeting people and be good at relationships and be good at sales and be good. If it's just selling yourself, it kind of is a game. You kind of are an actor.
Yeah, you got to make sure you align yourself with the right people, the people that are going to go in the direction that you want to go. Because there's so many different directions in this world. So you got to align yourself with the way you want to go. Like if you want to go into entertainment, you got to align yourself with entertainers. If you want to go into politics, you got to go align yourself with politics. So it really is a game. It's kind of a chess game.
Eagles soar with eagles.
Amen.
Complainers hang out with other complainers. What's up, Jay? Hey, married date couple. How you doing?
Hey.
Mental tricks only the rich use, guys. Number 3, they set their expectations unreasonably high. Not just, oh, I think I'm gonna hit that goal. No, I'm talking, because right now, when I think of Meridate, I already know in my mind how Meridate's gonna become a billion dollar company. I already know. Like, I already know how it's gonna happen. I already know how it's gonna do. I don't know how, but the thing is, I still don't know how I'm gonna get to that.
But
all
we're
the
gonna get there.
steps. But you know what? God's telling you and me today, focus on what's in front of you. One task at a time. One task. Faith without works is dead. So you can't expect God to just bless you while you're playing your video games, chilling on the couch. You got to actually get off your ass and get out there and go work and give God something to bless. But at the same time, set your goals so high. This is how I say it. When I talk to people about their goals, and they tell me something, to me, if your goals do not require God's supernatural power to pull off, your goals are too small.
Dang, I gotta up my goals then.
That's how I feel.
I got some high goals, but what you just said, they make them the opposite. Like, they feel like they're just big.
It's okay. That's okay though. See, God uses all of us to be influential to each other, because it's amazing how we all can learn from each other. Never have that ego and think, oh, I know everything. I guarantee you, even the President of the United States has advisors, okay? So never think that you know everything or you're the smartest person in the room, because if you are, then you need to go make new friends. You need to be around people you can constantly learn from. Get around people that are further than you, better than you, and don't go with a jealous spirit, because what is for you can't be stolen. That's yours. God didn't have to even create you or them, but He did. He thought the world needed both. So calm down, relax, get out of your jealous spirit, focus on you, what God has for you, because nobody can take that away from you except you.
Ooh.
By not doing it. But believe big. Soar high, guys. Soar high with the Eagles.
So,
Number 4.
This next mental trick that only the rich use, I actually, they block out fear. No fear. No fear.
I don't believe in fear. Fear is not real to me. In fact, psychology says 90% of things we fear never even happen. When you think about fear, you get the first voice, which is your intuition, which is God. Anything past that first voice, that gut instinct, that's the enemy trying to trick you, play games, put doubt, put lies, putting guesses in your head. It's not real. Once you understand fear is false evidence appearing real, the enemy is meant to use that to trap you and trick you, because he sees your destiny just like God does.
Right.
And as long as he can come in and trick you and make you get scared where you stop, then guess what? Mission accomplished.
Hey, I completely agree. And you know what? That's why I've been trying to get less fearful. Like, I really have. There's just certain things, like, I'm not going to jump out of an airplane. You know, those are just those kind of fears I gotta live with. But when it comes to like financial fears or business fears or even love fears, like, I really don't have them anymore. You know, I mean, if you would have asked me 3 years ago to go on this crazy journey that I've been on since COVID started, working for a radio station where I didn't get paid, working for people for free, basically, like, I would have been like, I can't afford that. I can't do that. Like, I got food to put on my table. Now, there's no more of that fear. Now I see the vision. I know what's going to happen, and I'm going to climb, and I'm not going to let anything stop me. I don't care. Like, bills to do.
But here's the difference. Here's the big difference, though. The big difference is that you have learned one very valuable lesson, and that is how important it is to be equally yoked in business.
Right.
Not all money is good money. So yeah, the rich, blah, blah, blah. But the reality of it is, don't let money be your God to a point you want it more than your blessings, because God will add it to you. But you can't, but God's a jealous God. You can't want it more than you want your relationship with Him. He will add it, but you got to be chilling and let Him bless you with it. Mental tricks only the rich use. Number 5, they personify money and see it as their friend. Yeah, come on, Ben.
Oh, that's something that's gonna be hard for me, because I see money as the enemy. Like, because I'm about. I wish we could go back to the bartering system. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm about working hard, and I don't need money to prove that I'm a hard worker. You know what I'm saying? Because I can be really broke and still be a hard worker. So I have to work on that. That's
Yeah.
something that I have to work on. But because I see, like I said, I see money as an enemy. Like I just feel like this world would be so much better if we didn't have money. Because a lot of
Right.
people fight and
Right.
wars and all that stuff. It's about money. It's about money.
Yeah, I get it, and I totally 1,000,000% agree with you. That's why I wanted to preface that by saying we're not going to worship money. We don't want money to be our best friend in that sense. It's like we want it more than anything else, but it's not our enemy. When I hear that, I just think of like it's not our enemy in the sense that if we don't have it, we're mad. It steals our joy. You know what I mean? It robs our peace.
Oh
It robs
yeah.
our happiness if we don't have it there. It's our friend. It's coming. You know, just like a good friend will come see you, money's gonna come see you too. That's how I took it.
Okay. Okay.
Number 6, mental tricks only the rich use. Number 6 is oh, that's your turn. Sorry, go ahead.
It's all good. They tell themselves that getting rich is natural.
It is.
It really, truly is. I mean, one of the beautiful things about America is that we were founded on nothing and became something.
Mhm.
And that's what all getting rich is just building something. And every person in this world has an idea that they can build on.
Yeah.
They really do. Something that you're passionate about.
Mhm.
That's why I try to tell people all the time, don't look for a job. Look for what you're passionate about. If you're passionate, literally, I know Amber's going to hate this, but even if you're passionate about playing video games, you can make a career out of it. You really can.
Yeah.
And you can make money off of it.
Can't
You can
make
become
money.
rich off of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
You
hey,
can.
but that's my point.
You
It's like
can.
people who, as long as you're passionate about it,
Yeah, there's some anime chick that'll love you to death.
right, you can make money off of it. You really, really can. I was passionate about music. Started a whole career in music.
Mhm.
That's how that.
Look at me doing comedy.
Amen.
I mean, you know, at the end of the day, it is natural to be rich because at the end of the day, God did not put you on this earth to like beg and scrabble and like just be over here and like destitute and in a bad situation. That God wants to bless us. It's again, it goes back to what I said. It's about not choosing the money before God. And then once you have it, once you let God add it to you, man, I'm telling you, He wants you to prosper and be blessed. It's just all about not putting your ego into it to where, oh, if I don't have this car and I don't have this status, I don't have this house, I'm not going to feel happy. I'm not going to have joy. I'm going to be mad at God. I'm not going to feel like I'm complete because I don't have financial things. It has nothing to do with that, guys, at all, okay? We're just saying that, you know, I do believe God wants us to be very blessed and prosperous. I believe that. So, lastly, the last mental trick that the rich use is that they tell themselves they deserve to be rich. Hey, you know what? I deserve to be rich.
So do I. You know,
Okay.
I deserve to be driving a Bentley and not a Rentley.
Yes, and we're going to be doing that this year. So,
Amen.
I hope you guys have enjoyed this show today. We've hoped learning about the 5 apology languages has helped you out a little bit.
Hopefully, learning the mental tricks that the rich use are going to help you out a lot.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
yes.
Like,
And if you get rich from watching the show, don't forget your girl and your friend.
don't forget to sponsor the show. Thank you very much. Speaking of, we're looking for sponsors for the show. So if you want to be a friend or sponsor the show, hit us up at the Amber Neal Show on Facebook or
Yes.
go check out amberneal.com. You can just hit us up there. And Tish, don't forget to go and DM us at the Amber Neal Show. I put the Amber Neal Show link in the comments. DM me your email because I got you for that $400 hotel stay.
All right.
For helping me out there and throwing me that little lifeline.
And I think Pop Boyd also was on
Yeah,
YouTube.
and Pops, go ahead. You
Pops.
too. Do the same thing. DM the show. Let me know your email. And I got a little $400 savings for a hotel for you too. And of course, shout out to our Working Women's Wednesday co-host,
Kadori.
Kadori. We miss you too, girl. You better be here tomorrow because I miss you. With that being said, make sure y'all guys tune in tomorrow for Working Women's Wednesdays with our co-host, Kadori. What were we talking about tomorrow?
And then Thursday, we're talking tomorrow.
Tomorrow
we have a really good topic. Let me pull it back up because it was really good. I don't remember what it was though.
You see how ADD we are.
Yes.
We just talked about
We
it.
just talked about it. I've got so much stuff in my brain. Tomorrow we're going to talk about how to trust again.
That's right, and that's something that I can't wait to go and discuss and
Mhm.
see what I learned because I know it's hard to learn to trust somebody again. So y'all guys stay tuned for that. And then Thursday, it's our Thirsty Thursday for
Yes.
all you singles out there. And let me tell you, we got one sexy hunk coming in this Thursday.
And you know what
Rawr.
else? We're going to be talking about effective strategies for dating.
Hey,
Yes.
while we match them up. And I'm telling you, ladies, this man is fine. Not only is he fine, he's a fitness trainer too.
Yes.
So you know he built. I'm just telling you. Woo! Yeah.
This is why we call it Thirsty Thursday.
Because I'm thirsty. Let me take some drink over here. And then Fridays, we got Effin' Friday
Yes,
with
with
our
Ryan
co-host
Garber.
Ryan. Yeah.
Yes.
And you know, we F off on Fridays. That's what we do. So, and we recap the week for y'all.
I'm gonna leave you guys with this really funny meme. It says a lot of y'all are gonna fold when she's looking for something deeper than your pockets and your boxers. Hashtag facts.
Ooh,
For more
yes.
information, go to amberneal.com. For more information about Married Date, Houston's first private social club, launching in 1 week from today. The events are up. We're adding more events this week, so go ahead and sign up. Or if you're
Right.
interested in being cast in the commercial or becoming one of the host couples, hit us up.
And don't forget, you get to try 10 events before you have to officially
Yes.
become a member. And just to give you a little insight of what we're doing, our first event, we are kicking off with Houston City Beat, and we are
Yay.
doing Margarita Mondays. What better way to start off a date than having some margaritas?
Yes.
Yes,
Love
so
it.
and shout out to Houston City Beat for setting that up
Yes,
for
thanks,
us and
Elizabeth.
doing that. Thank you so much. We will see y'all here tomorrow at 3 p.m. for Working